I walk into the party, my name is at the door. I get myself a drink as I make it to the floor. I walk into the party, get my name at the door. But they want more, it's me they're waiting for. Do you wanna take a picture of me?
Man, if I ever want a bad joke, I know who to call.
Damn right. I'll give you my number. 1-800 FUCK.
Alright, a few orders of business first.
Yay, grats.
Alphys drops a chest token?
I was so right.
So we did promotions this week. We had a huge batch of initiates that came on board right after Cataclysm started. Excuse me. Tough to evaluate people during a leveling up process, so we brought them on once we were ready to start raiding. It's been a month. We have a 4-week initiate review period. And there were a couple controversial promotions, to be honest.
Initiates rule everything around me. I have half my raid filled with initiates right now. We have a Resto Druid, we have a Rogue, we have a Mage, we have a Enhancement Shaman, and we also have a Feral Druid who's tanking. And they're all initiates, and they're doing super good.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I have my things to say. I don't agree with some. Some I think need a reality check. Some I think just still need to be initiated, and some I think just need to be out of the guild, period. It's one thing to promote someone on what you see them do and everything, but it's what you don't see in after hours and stuff like that is kind of when people really like
Come out of their
come
shell.
out of their shell. Yeah.
One player, Coagulation, Coag, as he's affectionately known, is a loudmouth. He tends to dominate Mumble if he's not contained.
Bits of glass, muffin. Ow.
So he's a warlock. He is hands down the best warlock, potentially the best ranged DPS player that we have, potentially the best player that we have.
There was quite a bit of controversy with whether or not we should make him Raider. I voted for him. I'm a fan of Coag, and the thing about Coag, he has a very strong personality, so either you love him or you hate him.
The other initiate that was semi-controversial that we promoted was a Resto Druid called Claw and Order. Here's the problem is that he was at least at the level of our other Resto Druid, which is Lilu. So, and Lilu's been struggling. And I've been talking to her as well. I've been saying, like, you're just not outperforming what the position should be. And if you want to continue to be here, you've got to put the energy into figuring out what you need to do to be the best Resto Druid possible.
You'd normally tank Terrestrial, right? Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god! It's Ascendant Council. How many times have we been here on this fucking boss? How many times have we seen here? I mean, no, this is only our, 4th week of raiding? But you know there's an Aegis of Flame coming. You know you're going to have to switch to it. And guess what? You have fucking timers. Why don't you switch to it? On Tuesday night, I kind of freaked out on the raid because...
Just go ahead and wipe.
Aegis of Flame. It's a debuff that goes up on the boss that all DPS has to switch over to it. Has to switch over to the fire guy and DPS down the fire guy to destroy his shield so you can interrupt his pulse cast. It's hurting everybody. Well, I was late calling for a switch. And so we took more damage to it than we normally would have. And, afterwards, Suzu said jokingly,
So basically it's all Stoney's fault?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's right. Everybody please pull out your dicks so that I can hold them, and I can hold your hands all the way through this fight.
which is fine,
'Cause you've never been here
but
before.
I got pretty pissed about it because, it's just like, you know what your job is during the raid, and you know what the boss abilities are, and sometimes I feel like in order to get a raid done, I need to hold people's hands and tell them what they need to be doing, because otherwise they're just sitting there going, pressing their number 2 button. Oh, I gotta move out of fire. I'm gonna go here.
Because you'll be next to, need to pick him up and get him over there. Your positioning seems a little wonky in the beginning, but
Squirrel, guess what we did?
We killed Nefarian, which is great.
Phase 1. Your tanks have to pick their shit up, your tanks have to put their shit where it's supposed to be, and your DPS has to not fail at killing Onyxia. If you wipe, it's because one of those 3 things got fucked up.
perfect. Alright guys, get to your platforms, get on top.
Back we go.
Phase 2 can be kind of intense on healers, but really, it's only bad if a blast wave goes off. And if a blast wave goes off, it means one of your DPS fucked it up.
Now, Phase 1 and Phase 2 is less than 50% of the boss's health. It's actually just closer to 40%. So you spend the majority of the fight in Phase 3.
Phase 3 is pretty much entirely on the kiting tank. If you wipe 99 of 100 times, it's because your kiting tank fucked something up. Not because your healer did something wrong.
In classic Big Crits fashion, it was the completely, totally, impossibly last pool of the night.
Thank you, Stony, for extending the raid lockout, because we wouldn't have been able to get Nefarian down this past week if we had not done that. So we ended up probably putting in about 50 plus attempts, I believe, on Nefarian throughout the past week and a half or so.
It was a 2-night process. We worked on them for 2 nights, all Thursday night and all Sunday night. And it really did take getting through, figuring out what's our strat going to be. Are we going to tank them off to the side? Are we going to tank them in the middle, do a tank swap, do a flip? And again, as I said last week, it came down to the tanks. Having the right tanks in there, having the right tanks do the right things.
So they all did a really great job. Healers were on point, and DPS brought it. So congrats to all my fellow raiders. Awesome kill, great feeling. So
Taunt him. Just taunt him. Taunt that taunt. Taunting.
I gotta cool down in 10
Got it.
seconds.
Run through him.
Run through, back left foot.
Yeah!
Yes!
Good fucking job.
Clear to start hard modes in whatever we want. So I think Heroic Half-Is is going to be our first hard mode that we're going to start working on. So we'll see you there.
Wait a minute.